It's
All right,
it's
we
still a
are
bit
live
laggy.
finally. Okay. All right. Yes, you can start now. I assume it's working. Yeah. All
Are
right.
we not
Awesome.
live?
All right, we are live, and now we can finally start. Okay, so good evening, everybody. It's now 9 p.m. in Singapore, and here with me, my host Cha, and me, Alvin Lee, CEO of Manga Token. We are here to share with you live what's going on for the Manga Token project. And uh, in the course of this live AMA session towards the end, you can ask us questions. So, Chad, go ahead. We can start with the opening and introduction.
Okay, shall we start? Hi, good evening, everyone. We're so glad to have our CEO for today's live interview, Mr. Alvin Lee.
Seems like we have some technical difficulty. Okay. In any case, while we wait for Cha, I would like to first share with you what has been happening in the Manga Token project. Just to give you a recap of what we have done in the past couple of months. So, the Manga Token project has seen quite a lot of developments in the past couple of months. Namely, we have actually launched our Binance Smart Chain version of the Trophy uh, NFT marketplace for mangakas or manga artists to create new NFTs on our platform and bring their potential collectibles onto the blockchain space. With that being said, we also realized that there are some limitations in the market size on the Binance Smart Chain. So, with today's live session, we are also going to share with you the bridge into the Ethereum mainnet. So, basically, what that means is that subsequently you will then see manga NFTs that were already pre existing on the Binance Smart Chain can now be ported over to the Ethereum mainnet. And with that being said, it can potentially be sold to in other marketplaces as well. But uh, that said, those are details that we will dive into later as we start our AMA session. And Char is back. So yeah, Char, I've already given them the general introduction of our project and
Okay,
yeah,
sorry
some
about
some
that.
basic updates. Yeah, we can continue with the session. Okay, so maybe shall we start with segment one of this session?
Can we now proceed to question one?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Um, do we have the screen share for the?
Okay,
Do we have the screen share for the
first
for our
question.
PowerPoint presentation?
Yes, here we are.
Okay, so for the first question, um, what was Trophy before? What are the new features or latest developments of Trophy so far?
Hmm. Okay, I think that's a pretty simple question. So, trophy at the beginning. the original intent is to basically create a marketplace for Japanese manga artists who are creating good manga works. So we are basically there to create a platform in which they can make their collectibles available digitally via a via the Binance Smart Chain. So Trophy.xyz kickstarted with a Binance Smart Chain version for having the manga digital collectibles as ERC, I would say no, BEP 1155 NFTs on the chain. And what's actually new and upcoming is that we will soon be, just like I said earlier, launching the Ethereum version effectively tomorrow. You guys can actually start using the Ethereum version. And basically for this Ethereum version, what that means is that the bridge will allow you to sort of copy paste, right? The not really copy and paste, but basically port over your pre-existing NFTs that you have bought from Trophy's Binance Smart Chain version over to the Ethereum mainnet. And in line with this, we also are happy to announce to you that for the manga token, the actual manga token itself, the BEP20 token, we have also partnered with AnySwap to launch an ERC20 version, meaning to say manga tokens can also now be used on the Ethereum mainnet pretty soon. Actually, effectively tomorrow. So links to the bridge as well as the AnySwap bridging of manga tokens will be shared tomorrow on our social media channels. Okay, so unfortunately, Charles' connection wasn't really good. So I think Lara will step in with the with helping us with the AMA session.
Yeah, good evening everyone, and we're glad to see you all here.
Okay, so yeah, all right, Lara, let's proceed with question 2 then.
What are the question number 2? What are the advantages of this new feature to compete in the market? And how does this new feature work? Can you describe a little bit just for us to better understand the project? I mean the trophy project.
Better. Okay, so I understand that sometimes the concept is really hard to grasp, but no problem. So, what yeah, a little bit more detail into this bridge is that right now, Trophy.xyz is our main marketplace that allows people buy manga NFTs from our platform, period. Challenges that we have seen is that in the Binance Smart Chain itself, NFT buyers are not as many as like Ethereum or the upcoming Solana. So with that said, we are actually hoping to tap onto a bigger market. Starting with Ethereum. So the bridge itself is basically to expand our potential market that we can capture, which is the Ethereum NFT buyers market. And essentially, from a technical point of view, you would be copying your NFTs from Binance Smart Chain into the Ethereum main chain. Okay, what users probably already know is that right now the hype in the NFT market is pretty big, right? So everyone's talking about, hey, let's create NFTs, and there are a whole bunch of projects out there, and everyone's trying to create NFTs on Ethereum because OpenSea is OpenSea is pretty widely known, and everybody wishes to buy and sell NFTs there. So once we have actually bridged to the Ethereum main chain, I'm happy to share with you that the NFTs that you will have previously bought from Trophy can now be resold in not only Trophy's marketplace, but also be resold on OpenSea, Rarible, and even Mintable, right? And effectively, we have collaborations with Mintable that we will share with you tomorrow's live AMA for the Fade Away Bunny project. But that's if you are a Fade Away Bunny follower, yeah, you can join us in the upcoming AMA tomorrow. So in any case, new NFTs will also be available on Trophy Ethereum version. So not only the bridge, but Trophy will also be will support dual chain from tomorrow onwards. So BSC as well as Ethereum, and people can start minting new, I would say, collections that we would essentially share um, from tomorrow onwards directly into Ethereum. So you don't have to you don't have to buy on BSC and then bridge over to Ethereum anymore. For the new ones, you can directly buy on Ethereum and trade it in other markets as well. Right. Right now, we only have a one-way bridge, meaning to say NFTs on BSC can only move to uh, the Ethereum mainnet for now. But gradually, we'll work on a reverse as well as more chains. So we are currently in the midst of exploring chains like Solana as well as Phantom. Give us some time. Technical developments can't proceed at a flick of a finger. It takes us some time to develop. So look forward to us bridging into other chains going forward. Okay, so with that being said, let me share with you a demo video of how the bridge would actually work. So then you can understand what's actually going on. So over here, what I'm showing to you is the bridge of our trophy bridge, right, from BSC to Ethereum. Unlike other bridges, what we have done is that we want everybody who use the chain to have control over their, I would say, gas fees. Because if you probably know, if you have done bridging of tokens as well as NFTs for other projects before, you might have realized that you only pay gas fees once, and then they will transfer to you the NFTs to your wallet directly. But with that said, you have to pay like a huge amount of gas fees. But in our case, what happens is that in our bridge itself, we allow you to first pay the gas fees of transferring your NFT on the Binance Smart Chain to our master contract to hold it on behalf of you. And then what will happen is that we will then allow you to go to switch over to the Ethereum mainnet to mint the NFT that you have then transferred. So what you're actually looking at is the claiming process of you claiming your NFT directly on the Ethereum chain after you have sent it over to our custodian wallet, custodian contract on BSC. So it takes a little bit of time, but with that said, because you are actually in control of when you want to claim your NFT on the Ethereum mainnet, you get to decide like when's the best time to actually claim your NFT so that you pay the lowest gas fees as possible. So once you have actually claimed your NFT, you can go into the Ethereum version of Trophy, take a look at your collectibles, and now you see that your NFT is actually there. So that's a very basic demo of how the NFT bridging actually works. Not to worry if this was too quick for you. In any case, we will also provide you with instructional videos, right, to teach you how to do bridging on our platform. So not to worry, help is always there. All right, over to you, Tara.
Yes, and we are now on our question number 3. Are there any changes about manga tokenomics in relation with the launching of the ETH bridge or trophy ETH version? If yes, can you share it with us?
Hmm. I think that is a pretty straightforward question. I guess there are many people very concerned about, hey, right now that trophy is moving to Ethereum, are we abandoning BSC? The answer is no, we are not abandoning BSC. We are serving a dual chain model. The key difference is that right now there are some uh, changes in terms of tokenomics, because some portion of manga tokens will actually reside in the Ethereum chain. Some portion of the manga tokens will reside in the Binance Smart Chain. So what's going to happen? So there are two key things that we would like to mention. Right. So first and foremost is that on the on there will be we understand right now in the Ethereum mainnet, once our NFTs have been shifted over, people will start trading on many other platforms apart from Trophy. So with that said, we will we will definitely be collecting commissions for every transaction of other platforms, which is an amount of 10%, right? And part of that money, half of it will actually be going into the floor price fund, right? What's the floor price fund? Basically, that's a fund to help to stabilize the manga token price. We will go into more details, or we'll share with you more details on our documentations in the next couple of days. But essentially, just to give you a general idea what a floor price fund is that there's a base price in which manga tokens can drop to. So if manga tokens actually fall to a certain price, the floor price fund actually kicks in by buying up the manga tokens from the open market and burning them. So that's how the floor price fund actually works. Okay, so now you know what we are doing using monies that we make from the commissions of other platforms. Uh, it is also time to let you know that right now what we as the management team has felt about the progress of the manga token prices over the last couple of months. So we realized, yeah, there are many people telling us, hey, the price is actually dropping. Price is actually dropping. Yes, we know that primarily because we understand that the manga token utility has not reached its potential yet. Meaning to say, not many people are actually using manga tokens to redeem NFTs as of now. Uh, Part of it is because most of the people who are actually buying up manga tokens are primarily using it for speculation or trading purposes, right? Which is not actual utility of our token. But going forward, in order to curb that, what we will actually do is that we, as a team, we have decided, hey, why not let's help our holders. Meaning to say, on our part, we as the team, we will forego part of our future claims of manga tokens. Right? What does that actually mean? That means that a percentage of the team tokens, the advisor tokens, and the reserves will actually be burned. So right now, um, in terms of details, we are going to be burning 50 billion tokens. Sorry, 5, 5 billion tokens, which is 25% of the total number of manga tokens out there, right? So we'll be burning that not in all at one go, but over a course of the next 20 months. So as we progress, as we um, realize that we are actually distributing the tokens to our investors, especially those in the private rounds, more tokens will be going into circulation. So as more tokens go into circulation, potentially the price might drop. So with that said, we will burn an equal amount of tokens, right, to match what is being distributed. So with that said, the overall number of manga tokens will decrease over very significantly over the next 20 months. Right?
That's awesome.
You're welcome. And the interesting thing that about this is that um, the the why we actually decided to do this is because I think many not many retail investors actually understand what this actually means. But essentially, there's a portion of the tokens that have in our tokenomics that has been allocated to go to the team, right? So our advisors, or to pay for our operations expense, right? So what we are telling you right now is that we are going to forego part of it, right? So we are taking less manga tokens going forward in the next actually in the next 24 months, right? 20 months, right? So that's what we are telling you, right? The public, the retail investors, we are willing to go to that length to actually help the project grow further. Yeah. So that's it. Okay. So yeah, I
Okay.
think that answers the question.
Mhm. We're into the question number 4 now. Will this ETH bridge and trophy ETH version affect your sub project, which is the fadeaway bunny? Will it be now possible to transfer or store my fab avatars at trophy.xyz or use my fab avatar in trophy?
Hmm. Okay, that's an easy answer. So the Ethereum bridge does not affect fadeaway bunny at all. So for the audience, fadeaway bunny is a profile picture avatar generated avatar project that we have done recently in sometime in December with Shiori Kawana. So it's a partnership between Manga Tokens and Shiori Kawana, who is a manga artist. Fadeaway Bunny is a title that she has drawn as a manga. It's the #1 dark manga series on the Line Manga app. Unfortunately, the Line Manga app is actually based in Japan, so for the most of the audience out there who is outside of Japan, you are not able to read the manga. But the manga has actually been drawn up to about almost 200 episodes already. It's been out there for quite a while. But with that being said, we found that there's value in her work. So we are hoping to help internationalize Japanese manga, right? So hence the partnership to bring Fade Away Bunny out there to the rest of the world. So Fade Away Bunny is already or has been created originally on the Ethereum chain itself, Ethereum mainnet. So there's no need for you to port over to anywhere. You're already on the Ethereum chain. Okay, but with the Ethereum version of Trophy's marketplace being launched, going forward, you'll be able to trade fade away bunnies on the Trophy platform. Of course, it won't be tomorrow. It will probably take a couple more days due to some technical challenges, but we will actually get there. Not only that, with the Ethereum version of Trophy up and running, you can also replace your profile picture by selecting the bunnies you have actually purchased, right? So, of course, Trophy allows you to submit your own personal photo or your avatar into the to put into your profile, but with with fadeaway bunnies in place, you can actually choose from a selection of bunnies that you have previously purchased. So you don't have to upload a separate image file anymore. Right. Um, the other thing that I would wish to highlight for fadeaway bunnies is that um, everyone probably knows it very well now, or at least if you have already purchased a bunny, you probably know that there'll be more mechanics added to the fadeaway bunny pretty soon. At least it's only a few more days, right, for the breeding mechanisms to be up and running. So once the breeding mechanisms are actually up and running, new bunnies will be generated by the users, and those can also be traded on the trophy platform. But if you wish not to trade on the trophy platform, you can also trade it on other marketplaces like OpenSea, Variable, Meetable. Right? These are the other marketplaces that we are actually working with. Yeah. Okay. That's pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah. So my number 4.
Yeah. For the question number 5, looking ahead, what are the next 100 days planned for Trophy? Or is there something we can look forward to in the coming days?
I think many people, when they hop onto manga tokens, the project, the very first thought is the first thought of everyone will be, hey, when can we review free manga, right? So not to worry. In actuality, the manga reader that we have been always talking about, technically it's already ready, right? But right now, what we are lacking is content. We are still trying to work very closely with mangakas in Japan to license their manga and put them up on our manga reader. So once we have attained a certain number of licensed manga, we would then launch the manga reader. And I foresee that would happen within this month, the next couple of weeks. Uh, and once the manga reader is actually up, I foresee you guys be asking me the next question. Hey, so when can I actually get NFT collectibles from reading manga, right? So that is actually in the works. In From a month down after launching the manga reader, so we will then be launching monthly contests where upon voting for the manga that you have actually liked on our platform or vote, you would then get uh, entry tickets to a draw. So in that draw itself, you can potentially draw NFTs from that month's contest. So the entry tickets will only be available for that particular month. If you wish to participate in the next month contest, you will have to vote again. You have to get tickets again in order to participate. Right. So stay tuned for the manga reader app. We'll announce it in a couple of weeks. So it's already getting there. Technically, it's already done. We are just lacking content. So please patiently wait for our upcoming content.
Okay, we are now at the second segment, and the questions will be from our Discord members. Question number 1 from user with number 0001. Hi, thank you for the opportunity to ask questions. My question is, what will happen after this date with that link? And will the manga contract get renounced when the bridge is finished? I'm excited to hear about the future.
Hmm. Okay, so for everyone who have not clicked into that link or do not know what that link is, that link is actually to Team Finance. So Team Finance is where we have put in the LP tokens of PancakeSwap. So initially, when we listed manga tokens on PancakeSwap, we put in 50,000 BUSD liquidity and an equivalent amount of manga tokens into PancakeSwap. So that is, and PancakeSwap actually returned us uh, with these LP tokens, right? So we are given LP tokens by PancakeSwap, and then what we have actually done is so in order to prevent rug pulling, right? Most projects actually lock their LP tokens in a smart contract out there, and so we have picked Team Finance as a I would say reliable project to work with. So we picked Team Finance, put in our LP tokens, and locked it up for a year. So we are already half a year into it, right? And another 6 more months, this person is asking what's going to happen. So once the 1 year time frame is up, locking up our LP tokens, we are actually going to lock it up again for another 3 more years. Right, so we are not going anywhere. We're not running anywhere. Right, there's nowhere for us to go. We are still running or still operating manga tokens. Right, we are still operating our platform. We are still operating Trophy. Right, we are going to expand it in any way, in any case. So we are actually going to lock it up for 3 more years. Why we are going to lock it up for 3 more years is to also allow people to gain access into manga tokens. So essentially, um, there might be a scenario where, hey, there's not enough manga tokens out there in the market, right? So what's going to happen? We will actually try to add more based on what we have collected from users back into the market, right? So people can actually buy manga tokens to redeem manga NFTs. And with that said, there's also questions like, hey, okay, so you have ownership to the contract, right? You can actually mint more tokens on your own, right? Apart from burning, you can mint, you can do so many other things to the contract sneakily. So we are actually not going to do so, right? We are Once our bridge is up and running smoothly in the next few days, we will then renounce our manga token contract. Essentially, renouncing basically means we will lose administration rights to the of manga tokens, right? So we can no longer mint new tokens, right? Everyone can burn tokens regardless. You and I, any normal users, they can burn tokens, but nobody can mint new tokens, right? So that's the most important thing of renouncing the contract. So it's to prevent and flooding of the market with too many manga tokens, and we won't be able to do anything to the tokens going forward except for transferring them between users. So we will become like you guys out there, investors of manga tokens. We can only transfer tokens between ourselves, and that's it. Okay, that's my answer for question number 1.
Okay, now for question number 2 is from Alpha King number 5627. What positive feature do we get with the bridge and the Trophy ETH version? Is it then possible to buy some NFTs with ETH and USDT? And what is the effect for manga token? Hope for great news.
Hmm. Okay, that's a very interesting question to ask, but that's also probably something that people have been thinking, but technically, I'm not sure technically how it works. So let me answer that. I would say once the Ethereum bridge and Trophy Ethereum version is actually up and running, it opens the door for many forms of transactions. Primarily, one, if you are on the Ethereum chain, you would, I would guess, you would like to buy, sell, or trade your manga NFTs using Ethereum. right? That's the first thing that most people actually will want to do, right? So you can do it on Trophy, or you can choose to do that on other marketplaces out there. Like again, I'll repeat the names: OpenSea, Rarible, and as well as Mintable. Right, these other platforms also allow you to transact manga NFTs with various cryptocurrencies. Right, we are doing the same. We are also going to allow stable coins as well. So yes, not only just USDT, but you also can trade with DAI. You can also trade with USDC. You can also trade with wrap Ethereum. You can also trade with uh, TUSD, etc. So there are many options out there. If we do not have the option you want on the on Trophy's Ethereum version, let us know and we will figure out how we can add that. If not, if you really cannot wait, you can actually trade them in other marketplaces as well. Nothing stopping you, because right now we are on Ethereum. You have more options out there, right? So, in line with the trophy Ethereum version, we're also allowing the manga tokens to be ported over to the Ethereum mainnet, right? Through any swap. So the effect is, I would say, it would actually have a positive effect. Firstly, why? Is because in any scenario, our first time drop or first time manga NFT drops will always be claimed using manga tokens. So regardless, if you want to claim new NFTs, manga NFTs, you have to make use of manga tokens, right? So people will essentially start buying manga tokens. If you are not there to collect manga NFTs, no problem. You can actually resell your manga tokens to people who are interested in buying our NFTs using manga tokens. Right? You can sell them on Uniswap. You can sell them to people who are interested, other retail people who are interested in collecting manga NFTs. And not only that, because we are basically expanding the options for people to buy and sell in various platforms. We are, like I said earlier, we'll be collecting commissions from all these other platforms as well. And these commissions, part of it will actually go into creating the floor price fund, which helps to stabilize the economics of manga tokens. So uh, it's a positive effect that will help manga tokens to grow going forward. So I hope that answers question number two.
Yeah, that's great news for all of the users. And now for question number three, it's from Misha.
Mhm.
And I'm currently staking on Trophy Farms. Does this ETH Bridge and Trophy ETH have an impact on members who stake on Trophy Farms? And do we have to change anything for our staking?
Hmm. Okay, very simple answer to that. We are basically going dual chain. We are not abandoning the Binance Smart Chain, so it will not affect the trophy farms in any way whatsoever, right? So farms will still continue to operate in the Binance Smart Chain. Essentially, we will not be creating any farms for the Ethereum chain because it's a replication of the work. Plus, we would like to make it more fair for people who have already been following us to reap the benefits and rewards from farming manga tokens. So people who are coming in subsequently through the Ethereum chain, the only use case for them on the Ethereum mainnet is basically claiming manga NFTs and not reaping the benefits of the farms on Trophy. So essentially, no effect. But the good thing is that it has the indirect effect is that as it basically the bridge basically gives you additional revenue avenue to liquidate your manga tokens through Ethereum mainnet through Uniswap, which is good news, right? More places to reach out to potential buyers, right? So you don't have to change anything in your staking. Everything for the trophy farms remain as per normal. Okay, so that answers question number 3. Let's go to the next question.
Yes. The question number 4 is from 0DK number 5119. When reader, how will obtaining manga NFTs for the reader work? Is there going to be marketing about manga token soon? Maybe he's referring to when will be the manga reader be released.
Yep, I understand that question.
Yeah.
So in the previous question, I've already answered that, but never mind. Let's answer this again, just for clarity's sake. So the beta version of the manga reader will be out this month. We are collecting content for the manga reader, and so basically we'll basically start with some basic or base content first. It won't be like thousands of mangas at the beginning. It will probably be in the range of like 20, 30 at the beginning, and slowly will grow to hundreds and even thousands. So we are slowly getting there, right? I'm not sure if you know that when we're working with Japanese companies or Japanese studios, the validation process actually takes longer. So that's why it takes a very long time for us to bring content into our platform. But once it's there to stay. So it's not going to go away, right? So that being said, we are in this for the long term. But more details about the manga reader will be reviewed as we launch the manga reader, right? If I'm going to tell you everything now, then it's no longer that fun to follow our project anymore. So stay tuned for more information as we launch our manga reader. To answer the next part of the question, is there going to be marketing for manga tokens soon? Effectively, ever since the beginning until now, we have always been marketing manga tokens. Probably some of you might not know is that we have been working with various partners to do EMAs, or even do like we engage like social media influencers to actually do posts for us in many different platforms. So that has always been done throughout the entire history of manga tokens. You may have not been following some of the influencers, so probably you have never seen their posts. But in any case, the most prominent one that actually create some sort of hype recently was with the Satoshi Streets bets on Telegram. I'm not sure if you guys have been following Satoshi Street bets, but that's a prominent one that we have engaged recently in December, and that actually helped the project quite a bit. Yeah, so that's what we have been doing for manga tokens marketing. I hope that answers the question. So now we are in the third segment
Yes.
of the
The third segment, or the free asking segment of this interview.
Yep, correct. Okay, so essentially, what we are doing is on the right hand side there are comments. We will be picking up questions from the comments to answer. So maybe Lara, you can do me the favor of selecting some questions randomly that I can answer, just to be fair.
Yes. And question number 1. So we can also sell the trophy NFTs on OpenSea, for example, and trade them with cheap Binance fees.
Yes. I don't really understand the Binance fees part, but
Maybe
essentially
it's the
trading
gas fees. Yeah,
gas fees.
or the gas fee or trading fees.
Yeah, probably gas fees, I guess.
Mhm.
So okay, so if you have been following Ethereum recently, you'll realize that gas fees for Ethereum has been like dropping like crazy, right? So nowadays you can actually transfer tokens for like $8 or sometimes even less, right? $6. You don't have to spend like 40, 50, or even $100 to do transfers in Ethereum anymore. So yes, once the bridge is up, you can start buying, selling, transferring our manga NFTs at lower gas fees.
Okay. And here's another question. Will manga token play a bigger role in future communications again? Or will we continue to focus on more other stuff first? For example, the fadeaway bunnies.
Hmm. Okay. Um, I think that would be a fair question to ask. Some people are probably thinking, hey, our messaging might be diluted as more projects come in. So at the end of the day, we are actually going to work with bigger publishers or more publishers out there. That means more content will be coming in, then you'll be seeing different types of projects, uh, uh, so-called sub-projects that we will be working on. But that being said, we are not actually diluting our manga token efforts. Everything will essentially be tied back to main manga token project via Trophy, our marketplace, right? So, say for example, for fade away bunnies, right? Essentially, you'll then be able to trade fade away bunnies on the uh, Ethereum version of Trophy, right? So we have actually prepared fadeaway bunnies in advance to introduce the Ethereum version of Trophy, right? So it's sort of to preempt you that hey, Ethereum version of Trophy is coming. That's why we did the fadeaway bunny project. Right, going forward, we'll have more projects like that coming along. So please be sure to follow us, support us. We will bring you more interesting NFTs to collect going forward, right? And of course, the NFTs are not just art; they will be of value, and we will be soon introducing some very fun contests for you to participate in. I think you guys will like it in the next couple of weeks. We will announce that soon. So more communications. Yes, you'll probably see them having more communications about other projects. But manga token as a project, Trophy Marketplace as a project, Manga Reader as a project, we will still continue to share with you news of the progress of these platforms. So not to worry, we are not going anywhere. We are still progressing. We are still updating you on what's going on. Of course, first and foremost, it's not always about the platform. I think people are more concerned about the content, right? So you have a manga reader, right? We can't be always telling you, hey, there's a new feature. Hey, there's a new feature, right? You're probably more interested in, hey, there's this new manga that's going on and that's being launched on our manga reader right now, and it's very exciting. Come on, come and have a look at it. Those are probably stuff you want to hear from us, right? So same thing on our Trophy Ethereum version, like Trophy BSC version. We'll be adding new NFT content going forward. We'll be sharing with you more interesting contents that are actually up and coming soon. So please stay tuned for those updates. So how about
Okay.
other questions you can find from the floor? How about those in the comment, like
This one. I bought
randomly
the
pick one?
premium membership NFT recently. Per description, its benefits are exclusive access to upcoming premium member only auctions, giveaways, events, and more. Could you explain this more in detail or
Hmm.
tell about recent or future actions of this?
Hmm. Okay. So I if you haven't been following our our project. So Trophy, in Trophy itself, we have launched this collection called the Goseki Kojima collection. So if you're not a hardcore manga fan, not to worry. So Goseki Kojima, basically, he's like the founder of the manga industry, right? So like one of the first few manga artists out there to actually start drawing manga, and everybody then just hopped in to draw manga. So the legend, basically, although he's already dead, right? The company that actually takes over his work, Koseki Production, was interested to collaborate with us to launch all his works, right, that he have done throughout his lifetime as NFTs into our platform. So we started doing 2 auctions on the Binance Smart Chain version of Trophy last year, right? And this led to us. This led us to come. This came with a dilemma where, hey, we needed to filter out like people who are really interested buyers versus people who are not really interested buyers, are just like shopping, window shopping, and not really keen. So hence we actually introduced the premium membership to ensure that only the interested buyers will participate in Goseki Kojima's auction. Right. Of course, the auction itself was successful. Although the NFTs weren't sold at extremely high prices, it was at least sold at some reasonable price, right? But going forward, there might be more of these auctions coming along. So I would say the membership will allow you to attend such auctions going forward. What these auctions, what usually what would this auction bring to the table would be um, things that have been made by very famous people, right? And probably it will not only just come with an NFT, but it also come together with some form of physical goods or merchandise, right? So in that Goseki Kojima's uh, auction, it came with the replica of the piece that we have scanned. So we took down the actual like portrait drawing from the museum, scanned that, and made a replica. It's not just a printed replica, but even like the entire surface, right? We have replicated it down to the depths of the paint, right? So certain portions of the paint is thicker, right? So we have done more like somewhat like a 3D scan to reprint his art in as close as possible to the original, and also we provided a digital frame together, like a physical frame that the buyer could actually display in their house. So came with 2 things, right? Going forward, we'll have more, right, from famous people. Stay tuned for those. That there are actually a few lined up already. We have been actually holding those back for the Ethereum version of the trophy to come up, so that we could reach out to a larger pool of buyers out there. Right.
Yeah, I guess all the manga armies are already waiting for them, the new collection.
Yeah.
And here I found another question. Will manga token focus on NFT gaming?
Mm, we we will not specifically go into gaming, but essentially, we are actually going to launch our sort of like a IDO or Kickstarter platform for manga tokens soon. Not this month, but sometime in April. Basically, what that would entail is that going forward, when new manga artists or manga artists who are already seasoned manga artists who are thinking of creating a new manga series, or maybe anime studios who want to make use of manga IPs to create new anime, or maybe game studios who want to make use of manga or anime IPs to create new games, right? We will then be hosting such so-called kickstarting uh, or fundraising, right, for these guys. So um, with that being said, potentially we would not exactly go into gaming, but these third-party projects that are coming into our Kickstarter will be the ones launching games for sure, right? So that said, we do have a portion of manga tokens that are actually allocated to pair with these new project tokens. So essentially, manga tokens will allow you to get access to these tokens as they are launched.
Yes, and for the additional questions, after the previous release of Ambiguity Chapter 0 few months ago,
Hmm.
can we expect Chapter 1 soon? And will the ambiguity be available at the manga reader too?
Hmm. Yep. So ambiguity is something that we are still working on. Unfortunately, manga takes time to draw, so it's not that quick.
Yeah.
Especially colored version, right? Unless you have an army of artists out there. Unfortunately, for ambiguity, it's only one person. It takes a very long time to draw. So yes, we will be expecting ambiguity subsequent chapters soon. Not extremely soon, but as we get more funds and we are able to help expand that ambiguity's studio team, then the production for ambiguity will be much faster going forward. Yeah, that answers the questions. Yes, we will be. I saw another question. Are we going to have more AMAs like that in the future? Yes, we are going to do one AMA every month going forward. Live AMA like this.
That's awesome. And here's another question. Is there not any plan in the future to make Trophy as a storage where can I store existing manga, anime, NFTs, including those NFTs which are not bought at Trophy?
Hmm. Okay. Short answer to that. Right now, we are only working directly with the original mangaka to launch original NFTs, right? From original IP. We notice out there are so many manga or so-called manga NFTs, right? That are so-called from big titles, but these guys have no licensing rights to actually make use of that content. So with that said, we will not allow such I would say pirated content to be ported over to Trophy, unfortunately, right? We are only going to limit ourselves um, to people that have the original artists or the original publishers, right? Who we are actually working with. So yes, short answer to that. Not every manga or anime NFT out there will be available on our platform. So we are only sticking to originals.
Okay, I think this is the last question. Just a follow-up question about the manga reader app. Is there any specific manga or storyline that you'll be focusing on publishing at the manga reader?
Hmm. We have no specific manga storyline that we are looking at right now because I mean, manga readers' appetite can be quite large, right? Some people like isekai, some people like gaming type, some people like webtoon drawing style, some people like traditional Japanese drawing style. There's real no limit to like the type of mangas that's out there, right? So there's shonen, shoujo, so many things out there. So with that said, we are not limiting the content on the manga reader, right? It can be any style, webtoon or original Japanese left to right manga, right? And there's nothing stopping those content from going up onto the manga reader. But I would say uh, closer to the model going forward closer to supporting the mangakas directly as opposed to like a huge publishers, we would be actually looking for doujin artists. That means people who prefer to publish their manga on their own instead of going to a huge publisher out there to print books. Right? Of course, we do go to big publishers as well. It's not that we are not going to work with big publishers, but we would like to get new content out there faster, right? So, if an individual mangaka who has drawn a manga, right, or a small studio that has drawn a manga, when they go to a publisher, it takes them 1 year or even 2 years to be before their manga is actually published, right, internationally, right, or printed on books. It takes a very long time. So we want to cut short this process by helping them release their manga directly to the market with no waiting time at all. As long as they have finished drawing, they can publish online, start letting readers read it. As simple as that. So no limitations.
Mhm. And I guess that would be all for today. Just to
Mhm.
sum this all up, we are just starting this journey of helping and supporting our mangakas to launch in the blockchain and make their work available to the majority. That was a
Okay.
fantastic interview, Mr. Elvin Lee.
All right. Thank you very much, Laura,
Thank
for
you for
hosting me.
sparing your time with us. And shout out to everyone who joined us tonight. Thank you, guys. We'll be
Yep.
making more of this in the future. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Mm,
You may also find us on the other social media channels. We'll just put the links in the description. Hope to
mm.
see you again soon. Bye.
All right. Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Bye.